panels, there are two things that we are going to prove in this kind of sessions, which first of all, we're going to prove to you why the closing government actually upper hand rather than other benches in these debates. And second of all, the reason why we actually enlighten the corruption cases by improveris this kind of corruptors at the very first place, right? So before we jump to all of our discussions, let's just break down each cases that bring up by the benches from this debate so far. Alright, so first of all, the idea that comes from the opposition teams when they said about how they're going to invest this kind of money into building some sort of facility of rehabilitations in order to cure this kind of corruptors' behaviors on doing the corruption and so on and so forth. We think that this is actually waste of money, because in the end of the day, they will be doing the corruptions repeatedly, which is I'm going to explain to you why they're doing that repeatedly afterwards. But notice that my speaker already told you about why it is better to actually allocate this kind of money that comes from this corruptions doing and actually give this kind of money into other sectors that actually need it, such as education and so on and so forth. So we think that is more a realistic way rather than actually wasting our times and money to actually building the rehabilitation that didn't actually work, since they don't actually bring to you the mechanism on how this rehabilitation is going to work, like who going to work in there, on how they're going to treat this kind of corruptors into not doing the corruptions kind of thing, right? So I think the cases are failings. And second of all, let's talk about how my speaker already told you about the corruptions that can be tracked actually when the OO says that it's actually impossible to track the small corruption. That's why we didn't count the corruption. Well, in our side of the house, we already told you, my previous speaker already told you about this that can actually being detected using the actually right person to work with, right? So like the finance person that actually can track the with they working on the bank central, for example, and also about how the idea of human error will actually exist in both sides of the house, because human error is something that didn't really relevant towards this debate, because human error are not that exclusive in the very first place. And yep, when they're talking about how it is a burden to actually deal with these corruptors that being impoverished, right? But in our side of the house, we think that there will be no burden, since we think that all they have to return is the money that they stolen. So then their family or anyone still can support this kind of corruptors if they want to, right? So I think that in the choice of perspective as well, my speaker already told you that in the end of the day, the society will judge whether this guy will be needed in the society anymore by actually giving them second chance, for example. And I think that this is kind of enough, and this didn't really get rid of their essence of needs, some sort of shelters, for example, of food, because in the end of the day, their families, even though they kind of hate what these persons that being corrupted doing, in the end of the day, they're still families, right? So I think that the chances of their family actually helping this kind of corruptors is actually still exists, and therefore, even though they're being impoverished, in the end of the day, they still can manage to survive by their own, even though there are obviously a lot of consequences that actually happen to this person who doing the corruption. For example, like the social sanctions that come from the society, or the judgmental and all that kind of things that actually going to burden this kind of corruptions, which this will actually cure their the way they want to do repeated crime, because in the end of the day they cannot do it anyway, because his face is already all over the media, for example, and how the society already recognize this kind of person which doing the wrongdoings, right? So yep. Within this is also elaborates about how in the government side of the house they mentioned about social sanctions, right? We think that this is really effective concerning about how this kind of social sanctions not only judging this kind of person, but in the perspective of family. We think that this is really become a consideration, because in the end of the day, the family will somehow still count this person as their family member, right? And yep. Let's jump to another cases about how when the opposition teams come to the idea where they said about when the death threat already a thing in the country, but the corruption is still happening. We think that this also tackles their own opinion about the rehabilitation at the very first place, right? About, can you imagine about how you're going to do some rehabilitation kind of thing without clear explanation or mechanism at the very first place, while this kind of person who doing corruptions didn't actually scare of that threat at the very first place, right? This shows you that actually the rehabilitation kind of thing didn't really effective in the very first place, because their mental is already kind of broken, because they actually didn't care about that threat and didn't care about their family, and they're being ignorant to themselves, and all they need is just getting more money and money from these kind of poor people that actually choose them in the election, for example, right? So we think that the cases of opposition teams, when they come to the idea of doing rehabilitation rather than retribution, didn't really come to a clear stances, and rather this has become something that somehow wasteful in the perspective of money and time at the very first place, right? So we think that their case are failing so much. And then my speaker already told you as well about how the third party of this didn't really get affected in the very first place, because in the end of the day there are some divided things in the asset of the family and the personal asset of these people, right? In the very first place, we stated to you that these kind of things only being taken from these corruptors' personal asset and not their family. So we think that their family will not be affected. Even if they were affected, we think that it's only about the social sanction that I already explained to you earlier, right? So we think that it is just enough for them, and we don't want the family members to be suffer even more, even though they kind of get some of those doings that come from one of their family members doing the corruption, obviously. So yeah, this will give to you about why this kind of repeated crime, which is in this case corruption, is happening in the society, right? So first of all, there are chances that exist toward this, because they have the the power and so on and so forth. By actually impoverish this kind of person, we believe that we remove these chances immediately, because in the end of the day, when you want to try to being elected once more time, you already lost the public opinion towards you, and second of all, you don't have money because you are being impoverished in the very first place. So we think that this is very, very effective in the very first place to actually prevent and also make things do not repeat themselves in the second time. All right, so we think that in the difference of opening government, our cases is more realistic in a way, because in the end of the day, we don't want to demand them to actually, give back money with 150% more money, what other than we actually needed, right? So I think that's why we proud to propose. Thank you. Ya benar.